Welcome. My name is Swarna and I work at Global School Leaders, an organization focused on the professional development of school leaders like yourself around the world. Thank you for engaging with these videos in our teaching and learning series. We hope you found it helpful to learn about active learning strategies that you can share with your teachers. In this video, we will focus on building your ability to identify active learning during classroom observations. As we have learned in the earlier videos of this module, there are three things to look for in any lesson that tells us whether or not students are actively engaged in learning: thinking, practice, and assessment. So let's look at each of these in more detail. Thinking. When you look for this, the question to ask yourself is, are students being allowed to think for themselves? Let's say you visit a classroom and see the teacher teaching the meaning of a new word by reading the definition and asking the students to repeat after him. Do you think the students in this classroom are being allowed to think for themselves? The answer is no. They are not actively participating in the process of learning. So, what are the activities that the teacher could do to encourage the students to think? The teacher could ask the students if any of them already know the meaning. The teacher could make a connection with something the class has already learned, like using the word in a familiar sentence and then asking the students to think about what it could mean. Or the teacher could even use activities to make the students think and discuss in pair or groups before sharing their answer with the class. Now let's talk about practice. When you look for this, the question to ask yourself is, are the students being allowed opportunities to practice what they have learned? So in another classroom, you see the teacher asking students to copy the answer to a question from the blackboard and write it 5 times in their notebook. Are the students being allowed to practice what they have learned? No. Simply repeating a task will not by itself improve learning. So, what opportunities can a teacher provide to students to practice what they have learned? The teacher could encourage the students to write their own answers by breaking the process down into steps and helping them think through it using an example. The teacher could also have the students discuss and write the answer on their own first with a partner or in a group. The teacher could go around the class while students practice and ask questions or offer suggestions when students get stuck. Finally, the last out of the big three, assessments. When you look for this, the question to ask yourself is, are students being given an opportunity to demonstrate their understanding? The traditional method of using question and answer is the most common way to assess students' learning. Do you think that this is the best or only way to give them an opportunity to demonstrate their learning? No, there are many different things a student can do to demonstrate what they have learned about any topic. For example, students can show their learning by writing about the topic or doing a project report. Students can explain what they have learned by relating it to a real life situation. Students can also present their learning in their own unique way in front of their classmates. So that's the big three indicator: thinking, practice, and assessment. By recording your observation based on these three indicators, you will be able to give specific feedback and guidance to teachers on how they can incorporate active learning strategies in their daily lessons. To make it easier for you to share ideas with your teachers, we have also provided this list of classroom activities that encourage students to engage actively in the lesson. This brings us to the end. To complete this module, do a full lesson observation and share your notes with the big three with us. We are also provided a template for you to help you capture your notes. We look forward to hearing about your experience. Thank you for watching.